Alright guys, it's like Wednesday night. It's looking like rain this weekend, unfortunately. But out here working on the car. Did some stuff Monday night. I think I figured out what the vibration was. The drive shaft was a bit out of round. I took it off, had it fixed. It's back in the car now. Working on the charging system thing currently. And then I'm going to go over a couple other deals with you here real fast. So yeah, check it out. Okay, so I've got the alternator out of the car. It's normally behind that coolant pipe. So that's what we're working on currently. I've got the, there's no way to test this. At least none of the shops I had locally could test the alternator, which is a little frustrating. So I had to just basically order a new one. I checked all the wiring and confirmed that the wiring from Haltech was correct. I confirmed that Haltech was commanding the alternator to work. And it had worked occasionally before. I actually had an oil leak right behind it from the turbo feed that I hadn't caught. And so I got that oil leak taken care of. I'm wondering if that's what killed the alternator. We'll find out soon. Did get the drive shaft vibration. I think I sorted out what that was. Yeah, the drive shaft was just out of round. I had it fixed already and got it back. It's back in the car currently. I just went through the CO2 PID loop. If you watched the previous video, you've seen the data, how jumpy the CO2 was. I just didn't have a lot of time to work on the PID loop. PID loop is the control algorithm that determines how quickly the system reacts to the pressure changes, as far as like how far it is away from our target pressure and how quickly it reacts to those changes. So the PID loop, I just haven't had a chance to tune that very much. So spend some time doing that. I'm just gonna set you guys down real fast. And yeah, oh, come on, bro. Yeah, so I did spent some time doing the PID loop thing. I'm gonna work on probably pulling the old gauge cluster out and coming up with a way to mount the Haltech gauge cluster. It'd be really nice to go to the track and actually have gauges. Would be cool, right? Because last time, obviously, I didn't have a tag, temperature gauges. I mean, I literally had the fuel level gauge worked. Thank God for that, right? But yeah, so I'm probably gonna spend a few minutes working on that. So it's just Wednesday night. It's looking like rain Saturday, unfortunately, which means I'll have more time to mess with this thing Saturday. Hopefully get the dash in. Still gotta wire the bump and scramble buttons. So we may do that this weekend if it rains, but yeah, that's it for now. Oh, I did pick up some, if you guys have been watching the video, you know I had an ATI, there's super F trans fluid in it in a 20 weight. Because the car required so much power to get it moving, which was expected from the gear ratio change in the transmission. What I'm trying to do, I'm gonna move to a 30 weight. It's actually a different brand. It's a Maxima Racing Oils transmission fluid. That was the only transmission fluid my suppliers stocked, which typically means they must sell a lot of it. So I'm hoping that means it's a decent fluid. Well, we're gonna find out. I'm hoping that the converter couples very well. I'm not trying to affect overall slip really, because I haven't ran the numbers on it, but it was decent. I'm just trying to get the thing to move the first 15 feet faster. I'm trying to do that by running a thicker fluid. The converter pressure is high enough to where the converter is already completely full on the trans brake. So if I put a thicker fluid in it, it should just transmit more of that energy to the actual input shaft of the transmission on the initial hit, and hopefully that will get our 60 foot back to what we're looking for there in that mid 1.2 range. We did a 1.29, which was okay, and we've still got some power on tap, so maybe I could leave the 20 weight in it and just turn the power up. But if I can make the thing move quicker on the same horsepower off the trans brake, that's beneficial for both temperature reasons and spool time reasons, right? So we're gonna give that a shot, and then yeah, that's really all I got going on right now on Wednesday. So yep, we'll keep going. I'll add to this obviously as we work through the week and get closer to Saturday and see how that works out. So keep watching. All right, guys, I got the alternator working, which is cool. Got a new alternator on it. And I actually got the dash working. Check this out. temperatures and stuff. Alright, so it's Friday night. They already canceled the races for tomorrow, so unfortunately not gonna have any cool track videos to post up with this. But as you can see, I got the alternator back on it. I ended up getting the charging system working. I said in the previous little segment there that they weren't able to test the alternator, which was pretty frustrating because yeah, they just couldn't test it. So I was just forced to buy one. I bought one, put it on the car, and guess what? It still didn't work. What that ended up being a problem with is I had the alternator control output from Haltech set to going low, and it had to be a going high signal, so all that time I spent was kind of just felt like a waste. But I did get it sorted out in the end, so whatever. And of course, you know, I bought the alternator and they had my old core and had already sent the core back, so I couldn't return it, which whatever. But I also put the TurboSmart blow-off valve on it. I had their bypass valve on it from when the car was still mass air, draw through mass air deal. So I got that put on there just mostly to save some weight, and I had it on the shelf. Yeah, I really don't have a ton to do. Oh, I put different brake pads on the car. If you watched any of the earlier videos, it was super, like the brakes were really squeaky. They were really noisy with the pad that the bare brake kit came with right out of the box. So I picked up some Hawk HPS pads for it. Put those on there. I still got the breaker bar on the wheel because I have to torque them when I get it off the jack stands yet. But yeah, aside from that, it's pretty much ready to go. I already threw a bit of a tune-up in it for the next time out, after reviewing all the data from before, which I went through in the previous video. If you haven't seen that yet, I go through all the data log at the end of it. It's a bit in-depth, but that's all right. So yeah, not really a whole lot to talk about with this thing this week, unfortunately. I did get, you know, I got all the 30-weight trans fluid in it, which I just mentioned. The drive shaft changed. The blow-off valve's different. I got the charging system to work. Got the dash in it. So we did a few things, but yeah, nothing too crazy. We're just gonna chill this week and plan on hitting it hard next Saturday. So don't forget to subscribe and follow along with that so you can keep an eye on it. I'm planning on just hitting the ground running next time out at the track. We went that 880 at 153 pass last time. I'm gonna put some boost in the thing and try to go, the Gen 1 record's an 865. I'm gonna try to beat that right off the trailer at this point. So hopefully we'll be there. So yeah, subscribe to the channel to check that out. I'll probably post that. Hopefully it'll be a week from today. So yeah, look for that, and I'll keep going with other stuff.